doing today? Right now, today I was just gonna get ready to play Turtle Well, but before I do, which is I wanted to talk about some of the fresh changes I had with the new update that they came up with, because I wanted to explain something to you guys. When you were playing a game like Turtle Wow on a computer virtual machine that only allocated 6 megabytes or gigabytes of RAM to, it plays slow. Now, the reason I only gave it 6 gigabytes of RAM initially was because I didn't really, I don't have a 16 gigabyte Mac Mini, and because I only have a 6 gigabyte Mac Mini, I don't have a lot of room. So, which worked fine with the original Turtle Well before the 11.7.2 update with the new launcher. And when they put the new launcher in, by default, it sets up the game to require to work on more than 2 gigabytes of RAM. And we have a virtual um, what they call integrated graphics emulation, and it would actually like hit the integrated graphics memory and create all kinds of crazy BS. And so um, I need to test it a little bit off screen because it's not going to really work completely reliable. By itself, it kind of works, but it's still a slug. No matter what I do, because it's using two or four of my cores of my ARM chip. I don't know which cores it was using, the efficiency cores, the performance cores, or two of each. So um, it kind of frustrates me a little bit. It's not the end of the world or anything, but I would like to try it off camera and see if it works before I go live and play the game. Because if I play the game and it crashes, then it's kind of embarrassing to play a game if it crashes. So instead of playing it publicly, um, well, thanks, Breeze. No, Max, can be used for more than playing, doing graphical design. Um, in fact, the kind of graphical design I do, most PCs would work just fine because most of my programs I use are web based, except for my video editor that's specifically a Mac program is Final Cut Pro 10. And we use that to do videos here because it makes pretty good work of it. I don't know about the DaVinci Resolve and all that, or whatever they're using on the PC side, but I do know that Final Cut Pro 10 works fine. The problem is that this is an M1 Mac Mini, and I know that they now have the new M4 Mac Micro, as I call it. It's not a mini because it's like half the size of my existing machine. And some of you might say, "Well, gee, Michelle, you now got the $700 worth of rebate that came in, and you got all this other money from why don't you buy yourself a new computer?" And I'm considering a lot of options right now, but right now I'm trying to watch my money because I have to plan for things like everyday expenses and upgrades that I need for my life, like new clothing and things like this. Like this top, the shirt underneath this purple camisole is like the white shirt is like really too big, and so it slides down off my shoulders. And I need to go with a smaller size so it won't slide down. And I gotta get some more bras and things like that. Right now I'm wearing one of my old bras, and they got really stretched to heck. And I need to get a better bra and things like that. And so yeah, getting a new computer is just for playing Turtle Wow is just not going to happen right now. However, like Carmen told me yesterday, in being blunt, Blizzard, retail WoW is crap. And she said that to me. Because after playing it for a while, she said, and I agree with her, that the retail WoW is crap because it's too many layers on top of interface layers and game stories mixed up in game stories. So you start to question why you're doing some of the quests. Because you're doing all of these quests for BFA, Shadowlands, Dragonflight, or at least those are the first three I can think of. Maybe one's coming up for World Within or Within, and others are probably being thrown at you too. And it's confusing to follow the progression. And and the interface is stuck. So like if you were playing um, Retail WoW, the new interface sticks around, and there's one thing that she can't get rid of on her screen. It keeps telling her hit map to find her corpse. She's already alive. Why does she need to hit M for a map to find her corpse? She's had to see that on the bottom of her screen the whole time. And I had the same problem with my own characters. And as I said, it's crap because there are things that Blizzard did that are just totally ludicrous, and that is one of them. That their interface is just seems to be half baked. Um, they really need to fix that because if you don't fix it, no wonder why people are not playing retail. Besides the price and the treadmill, the progression treadmill to keep updating the game over and over again and feeling like you're left with nothing. I heard that the newest version of The War Within is going to have player housing. Well, that's great. That should have been something years ago. That shouldn't even been this late to get player housing. I don't know why you guys are taking so late to get us player housing. It should have been something that should have existed many, many years ago. So, Blizzard, you're losing more and more of my confidence. But everybody including me, does love classic WoW. But Turtle WoW, it's too bad that you guys could not have ported the game to run on the Mac. I know what client you base it on. I know I know it's based on the World of Warcraft 11.3 client. I get that. I know that the one for the Mac is 32-bit, and unfortunately, Macs can't run 32-bit clients, so we're screwed there. Because World of Warcraft never did re-update the 11.7 or 11.3 client to run on 64-bit. But, it would have been a lot easier than have to fire up VM Fusion and then run Windows 11 ARM underneath that. Just use Windows 11's Rosetta just to run an Intel 32 or Intel 64-bit application. It's just a lot of extra stuff to do. And it's very, very frustrating. So I won't get into the technical discussions. Just to say is I don't like the layering. I hate it, and I really, really hate how it makes my computer on the Windows side of it crawl like a snail. A snail that you'd probably rather put into your escargot. Yeah, I agree with the 1% woman. Sounds like and tastes like dirt. Thank you very much. But purple dinosaur. I don't know. Are you getting on? I was just about to get onto it a while. Yes, I'm going to be. Actually, I have the game ready to start in the background. I just didn't set up I got the game on standby in the background, but you can't play it in vertical on this. So because they can't play it in vertical on this, And that brings up another thing that YouTube needs to do. YouTube, you gotta stop trying to only push your client for your portrait or vertical streams, because there's a lot of people that want to do vertical streaming but using the desktop, and you've been pushing your own client, and which does not support the features to allow us to integrate desktop and graphics into a portrait stream. And I really would like to see YouTube have the option to um, do portrait streaming with desktop. Now, there's got to be a way that even if you did have it on the desktop with a webcam, that you could set it to do from landscape to this. There must be a way to do this. Come on, if other games, other desktop apps like Studio.Restream.io can do it, there's no reason why you can't. And I mean, you want us to tailor our streams to mobile, which is great, but the truth is, I don't have my eyes like this. My eyes are like this. My eyes are this way for a reason, so we can see the whole panoramic shot, not see the floor to the ceiling at one time. And but portraits do make sense for some things, like what it does right now. When I'm talking to you, is it gets rid of all the background and keeps it simple. But I digress. That's the reality. Yes, I am going to go on a turtle wow in a short bit. Another thing, YouTube, is my engagement on this program is terrible. 30, 40 seconds at a time is atrocious. Okay? You don't pay us enough advertisement revenue in portrait to really make this mode necessarily economically feasible for us content creators that are trying to make an honest to God living wage. It's not my bread and butter. This is kind of like I'm doing it because everybody says it's good for bringing in views, which it does. All right. We just had 320 views, and we've only been going for about 12 minutes and 39 seconds. So that's great. But now, can those transcribe into subscribers? That's what counts. And that's really the reason I'm doing this, is because I'm trying to get subscribers to want to be part of the regular channel and the regular show. If you are subscribed to this, make sure to turn on the bell for notifications. And do check out the regular channel. We're up to 25,400 or 24,550 at last time I checked, which is good. But I do know that sometimes people come in, subscribe just to leave their comments, and unsubscribe to leave. Instead of unsubscribing, unsubscribing, why don't you just stay subscribed? It's not going to hurt you any. If you don't like the stream, you could just, not watch it. You can tell which is the morning shows because they say things like good morning, NASQ Chill Zone for the date of November 23rd, 2024. That will be tomorrow's episode, Good Morning. And so it's very easy to tell when it's the morning show because you guys see me and my picture of me and literally drinking coffee on a set. I was created by Dalene, by the way, because I wanted to have something that makes it clear it is a morning show. It's an informal gathering, and that works for that reason. You're talking about avatars. Yeah, okay. God is King. Jesus loves you. I know that. Thank you very much. Yes, I know Jesus loves me. How you doing, Jess? Welcome to the show. So anyway, so do I like Turtle Well? Yeah, but let me honestly say this, that because the way we have to play the game, the screen is kind of tight and small, and even though I have it filled up as pretty much most of my screen, as I can show you in the background over here. Let me just click over here to the game so you can see what I'm talking about here. Um, that's the game right there. Okay, and I show more at full screen. 4:3 aspect ratio. I think that's 16:9. Oh, yeah, 16:9. Okay, I don't think your lens is dirty again. No, it's not. Oh, okay. So anyway, that's the screen right there, and my monitor is a 22-inch monitor, so you can visualize how vexing it is, um, because the screen is certainly a lot smaller than 22 inches. Um, my day was good today. For the most part, after I did the morning show and got the mail and stuff, I became suddenly tired, and I just decided to just sleep from 3 o'clock until about 6 for 3 hours, and then I got up and began the process of getting myself, ready for the show, and I said to myself, I felt like the guy from Dunkin' Donuts commercial. Got to make the donuts. Got to boot the window shit. Got to boot the window shit. As much as I hate booting the window shit, is it takes so long to load because the way it uses my processor, it's just embarrassing and mind numbing. And maybe what you should do is, um, can you use the yeah, you could, but that would kind of mess up the way you installed the networking right now. Yeah, let me explain that real quick. What we did was we have two internets going here at the same time. You have Frontier and you have T-Mobile. The Frontier, or by default, T-Mobile is the primary network, and Frontier is the secondary. The only thing going on with the Frontier right now is video streaming. Nothing else. No, no Google Meets, no chats, no nothing. Just Frontier. The Turtle WoW game is running on T-Mobile, and that was because it was the only way that we could get around the problem we were having, where the video was starving to death because it couldn't get out enough bits to maintain a solid connection. So it's not perfect by any means. No, Rad, she's not here. It's just me. It's just lonely. Um, and you gotta give her, you gotta cut Carmen some slack. She hasn't done anything to you, and she hasn't. Yeah, deep down she loves you too, but she finds your constant harping to be a concern to her, and she would like to see you um, invest your energy into something more important in your life and get your own personal things dealt with that you need to do, whatever they are. She didn't know what they were, but she said there are things I'm sure that he could be using his time for, instead of focusing on calling me all these horrible names. And I have to agree with her there that it needs to stop because it's a waste of your time. You're wasting your day, and I too would like to see you do more with your life and be a productive member of our society. Um, as an elf wearer, ear wearer, do you have a favorite elf race in the Elder Scrolls? Oh, you mentioned Elder Scrolls. Yes, I do have an Elder Scrolls elf race. I do play the high elves and Elder Scrolls, and I also play the Cinderai or the Blood Elves as well as Night Elves in World of Warcraft. So I play 3 different elf races in 2 different games. I think elves are cool. I like them because they're smart. They use magic and arcane arts, and eventually I'm gonna get my Elder Scrolls Online and come back on here too, and that runs natively on the Mac, so that doesn't require emulators, and I think it uses Rosetta. Yeah, but Loom, it's way more reliable than running Windows 11 ARM is on this computer. It runs much better. Um, but I'll tell you what, I miss my 2009 Mac Pro a lot. The machine broke down about 6 months ago, and I had 32 gigabytes of RAM in my 2009 Mac Pro and a 2.5 gigahertz 4-core Intel Xenon processor with 32 gigabytes of ECC RAM and like 6 terabytes of hard drive storage. And I saved all the drives and everything, but it's not the same. It really isn't the same because this computer here cannot run Intel programs natively. It has to go through Rosetta too, and that's okay. It's very fast for an M1 Mac Mini, but I really miss my old 2009 Mac Pro. But I'm afraid if I buy another 2009 Mac Pro, then I'm going to have the exact same problem where the North Bridge potentially breaks down, overheats, and just fails. And that's like the main hub. That's like Los Angeles International Airport, okay? That thing breaks down. Your computer processor is sitting there as stupid as a brick. And I think that's what happened. Or was it the processor? I don't think it's the processor because I could start the machine up. Um, Kinda, but it has a red trouble light on the motherboard which indicates that the processor is not starting. Now that could have been caused by the Northbridge failure, or it could have been caused by the processor failure. It partially failed, so I threw the machine out, but I kept the video card and everything because I knew that one day I would want to use it again for another computer. Um, and I do want to get another one eventually. But at this point, I I just get renter's rebate and of $682.50, and I was like, okay, now what am I gonna do? Am I gonna go ahead and buy a new computer? If so, which one? I know the M4 micros are out now, and the M4 micros are really cute. They're really small little boxes. They have 3 sometimes have Thunderbolt 5 ports in the back and 2 micro USB C ports in the front. And I mean, the whole idea of having that Thunderbolt 5 ports in the back is great, but unfortunately, none of my stuff is using Thunderbolt or using USB-C. So everything would have been just like more adapters on top of adapters and adapters and adapters. Whereas before on my 2009 Mac Pro, I had the 5 built-in USB-C 2.0 ports or USB 2.0 ports, plus I had another 7 USB 3.0 ports in the form of 2 PCI cards plugged in the back. One of the ports was damaged, so I had to do a portectomy on it, which is why only one card had 3 instead of 4 ports. And that was using enough ports to run everything. The biggest problem was that computer was a power pick. I mean, that thing would turn on and it would draw about 1,000 watts when it's first starting up. It was just how much power hungry it was. So I was ready to retire it anyway, and then it broke down, so I was kind of forced into retirement, and then they ended up in the recycling center, unfortunately, which is kind of a shame, but that happens with computers. Grilled cheese pizza. Can you have panels so I can say hi to Galaxy? Well, that's the problem. You can't really have a panel directly with the YouTube app on the phone. YouTube never made a way to do a panel on the phone with, the free engineers here. Let's see, what are you doing? Please don't start crawling under my desk and looking at my cables now. They're fine, okay? My cat's gonna knock me off on that day. And he accidentally has unplugged a cord from the wall. In fact, he probably has already done it. He probably has already done it at least once, yes. So I just find this kind of awkward. I think Sarah may have a computer. But I'm not sure. We'll see what you're doing. I don't know if Sarah has a desktop or not, but what are you doing, cat? Huh? What are you doing? What are you doing? Alright. It's too cold to send them outside now. I really don't want to send them out in the cold. Some days you like to go outside and then don't show your butt to the camera. Put your tail out. Put your tail down. No one wants to see your pie hole. Not me, not anyone else. Okay? So I know he understands that YouTube doesn't like seeing skin and privates. I don't think they like seeing cat privates either. That he's a good cat. But the sound engineer here likes to sleep on my mixer board. And then when he does that, he changes all my knobs on me, and then I would come on in the morning, and the settings are all. Don't show your butt on TV. Come on, don't do that. You don't show your butt on TV. You don't show your butt on TV. Okay? No, we don't do that. No. No, we don't. All right. Stevie says kitty. He's a good kitty, yeah. But this morning he tried to jump up on the counter and took down my sounding workstation, along with some other things on my countertop. I don't know why he decided to jump up on the counter this morning. I was like, why did you decide to jump up on my counter? Probably because he was bored. Cats do this kind of stuff. They want to explore it when they have fun. And the reason I'm not playing Turtle Wow right now is that everybody says they hate gaming. I don't strictly think that's true. I think there's some that do like the gaming, but it's clearly true. It doesn't bring in the views like this videos do. These bring in a lot of videos. The morning show is bringing a lot of views too. That's absolutely true. But I just I don't really know if I want to invest the rest of my life into playing video games. I mean, I'll play games to a point, Grizz says, further up, says yummy, says Grizz, which is talking about the cat. Oh, okay, I have a recipe book. No, I'm gonna test it off camera today. Gonna make sure it works before we go live, because if the game crashes, at least if it's offline and it's just being recorded to videotape or the equivalent of said material, then I can just upload and see if it works any better. But I just want to make sure it works first. So I gotta test it off camera before I play for the game. And so I thought I would at least let you know that if you're gonna watch the game, it will be probably a replay tonight, because I'm gonna be testing it off screen and make sure it works. So I just want to say last night we had a fantastic stream. We covered so many things. We played some singing music. Didn't do any dancing on camera, but we did have a great time. Let me knock my phone over. Oh, the screen. Don't worry about the screen. The screen is bolted to this. I'll show you how it's bolted to this. It's bolted to this stand here. So, theoretically speaking, you really can't knock it over, but he could knock the whole bench over if he isn't careful. And it works. The stand is actually, the bracket is actually bigger than the pipe. So I had to put rubber around it to act as a filler to make it, but unfortunately it still sags a little bit because of that reason. But he's not going to knock it over. I promise you that. It's been like that now for 3 years, and it's pretty strong for what it is. Yeah, I think he's telling me he wants to get me to go outside, and I don't really want to send him out there. It's cold. It's about 42 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 6 degrees Celsius. And I don't want to send him out there in that temperature. You know, 6 degrees Celsius is, 12 plus 6, 46 degrees. No, 5 degrees is 40, so if you got 5 degrees Celsius, so 6 degrees Celsius is 42. I don't really want to send him outside, because I don't think it's good for him. And Rusty, please don't push any buttons, all right? The engineer is like, really, let's get everything and push every button on everything. He's getting stir crazy. He's like, hey, how about play with me a little bit? You know, which I don't mind that. But now I can't read the chat because he's just covered the screen with his big fat furry body. Can you move over a bit? I know. Yeah. His noises are freaking cute. Noises? I hear him purr, usually. Honestly, I hear him purr. Sometimes he gives a very soft meow, but it doesn't really make a lot of noise. More or less I can feel his purrs. What I feel is around his neck area. I can tell when he's purring. Because right now he's kind of purring. I already fed you breakfast. I already fed you dinner. Big cat though. No, big kitty. Just sitting on my other mixer. So he really doesn't talk much. I think he realizes that with my hearing, I can't hear him anyway most of the time. So he found other ways to get attention. Um, that's why he uses his paws, is to get my attention, because he knows I can't always hear him. And good cat though. I wanted to try to call back Sarah, but unfortunately she's kind of wasn't available to chat. Rusty, where is it you want to go? Huh? Where is it you want to go? You realize it's 42 degrees Celsius out there, right? 42 degrees Fahrenheit? And 6 degrees Celsius out there. You're going to be cold. Are you thinking about going outside? You thinking about you may want to go outside. Usually he goes right to the door if he wants to go out, but he's not giving me a door look. He's like, I want more attention from you. Max and Michelle are wearing new ears, and they suddenly said, they do have black ears. By the way, they have other skin tones. They are from Aridani. So if you want to get them in black or other skin tones, they have them. Alright, we're going to go outside. He's putting on the painted latex. I gotta be careful when he's under my feet, especially if he's behind my chair, because this chair doesn't have a backup alarm. Tell him that I'm backing up. I think he went to the door. No, he's over by the fish. Oh. You've had a breakfast, you didn't say. I thought right in there. No, you didn't. No. Just a small handicap with a day. Okay. 2 hands. 2 small handfuls. And fresh water in my bowl every morning. Let me show you my Turtle Wall High Elf character, since I can show you that real quick. Let me log in first, okay? There is my High Elf character. Yeah, this is Michele again. No, it's the same years. She is a disciplined priest. Let's see what my characters are. Disciplined priest. And so she's, so she can get zooming on there. No, she doesn't quite have green eyes. She's got kind of a green blue eye, but they're kind of similar. So that's my character. That's Michele in the game. Okay, she's a redhead, just like the original Michele in my original world of the Burning Crusade and Real Tal Wow was a redhead because I am naturally a bit of a redhead actually. So kind of in between. I'm a little bit of a redhead, and I'm a little bit of other races, hair colors and skin tones and stuff. Stick-looking things. Well, rainmakers. Okay. with so many cats in the world, I'm probably. Anyway, Sarah, I wanted to call you up and talk to you a little bit and see how you're doing. I didn't hear from you until this afternoon. Everybody wondered if you were okay. And I said, well, I haven't talked to Sarah since I left her message early this morning about why are Virgos so solitary. And from Zodiac Talks, and she just finally got a chance to see it, and which is kind of cool. Yeah. So let me show you how I divided up the RAM on the virtual machine. This might interest some of you techno freaks. Maybe not, but I can't change now in the game's running, but I can show you keyboard, processors, and memory. Okay, we have, and you wonder why the game runs so constipatedly slow on the virtual machine. Um, 4,096 megabytes of RAM, and then we have 12.2 gigabytes reading available on your Mac. Yeah, but that's because the rest of the machine's using the 16 gigabytes of RAM, what's left of it, to run the game. So if I increase that RAM up, it might run a little faster. But since we need the other memory for other things like running OBS and Chrome on the Mac, so I could stream the game, I really cannot increase the memory much more than that. It's just not going to happen. So this is the version game I'm running, or the Windows I'm running, Windows 11 16-bit ARM processor and memory setup. And I could try increasing that, and it might run faster, but not by much. Not by much. But some games really hate that memory configuration. For example, check American Truck Simulator on Windows. American Truck Simulator on Windows is extremely painful to run in 4 gigabytes of RAM for the operating system. It runs, but it's atrocious. And it's Windows, of course, 11 is got its own pig anyway. But then you have when I run American Truck Simulator on my 32 gigabyte Intel machine, and it was smooth and worked great. And that's one of the reasons why I'm wondering what the real choices are here. Oh, yes, by the way, if you ever try to update to the newest version of World of Warcraft, you gotta run it in administrator. It doesn't work to just run it as a standard user. So you have to right mouse click select administrator, and if needed, you have to log in with the administrator password if your computer's set up that way. Otherwise, the update's not going to work. So make sure that if you're updating Turtle Wow to at all, make sure to run it as administrator, and that'll skip over the antivirus shield and all that crap, because it's going to update firmware and or the game itself. And Windows hates when things update their files like that because they think somebody's doing something nasty. In this case, it's not. But just keep that in mind when you're playing the game in that way. It does have to update. So run the update in administrator mode, and you're fine. If you're gonna run the game at all, um, let's see. Tiger Kitty. She says hello. Only the Brits. Um, I'm watching a gnarly wow video right now, and Pixels Michelle is a hermaphrodite. She is a sweetheart. Hermaphrodite is not trans woman. Very different. One is a medical diagnosed condition, which is what I have, and the other one is a wannabe, but doesn't necessarily have a medical diagnosis to back it up. But I do know people that are trans, and I don't have a problem with them, and they don't have a problem with me. Technically, we're both under the no, 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 Red. You're not giving me my password to play either retail or Turtle WoW. I play the game as a casual player. I play it because I enjoy playing it the way I do. I don't have a problem playing it like I do. It's a way for me to enjoy myself and blow off some steam in a way that's productive. And I also like to explore the world. I'm not min maxing. I'm not interested in min maxing my characters. No more than I'm interested in min maxing my truck gaming either. Okay, yeah, steering wheel is kind of beginning of min maxing, but um, I do really want to get back behind the wheel of my Kenworth K100E cab over. I really do miss driving my truck. So yeah, I need a steering wheel. If I'm gonna play on the Mac, because I mean, theoretically speaking, it should work fine on a wireless controller. This is a wired Xbox 360 controller, and this used to work fine on the old Intel Mac, and it does work fine on the Windows on the VMware Fusion just fine. But the built-in Apple driver that somebody created for this only supports up to Catalina on Intel machines, and it will not work on the emulator. So I can't really drive my truck with the controller um, anymore on the Mac side of things, which really sucks because I really enjoy driving my truck a lot. And so I do want to get that steering wheel thing. I could afford it, but like Gitchy and I said, why don't you wait until Black Friday and then look to see if there's any good deals for Cyber Monday? Because if there is, maybe you can get the steering wheel and the pedals for less money than $209 from Logitech to Amazon, and I'm looking into that. So I want to save my money and consider getting the controller. Did I go grocery shopping today, by the way? No, I did not. Why? Because unfortunately, um, I have a lot of things on my shopping list that are, gonna cost me like $180 plus $14 delivery charge, plus taxes, plus tips, meaning I'm gonna spend about $230 approximately to get the food here. That's $100 on the food stamp, so that's $130 in cash. We're all talking about Michelle, save your money, save your money, save your money. But if I'm gonna spend money at Instacart to get groceries, I might as well spend more money so I can get the free delivery charge. because my plan my yearly plan expires in January, and then I have to pay the delivery charge every time I go to order in. And what are you doing, Rusty? Come on, come on. Just so that's what I'm gonna try to do. Food is too much money. Well, originally when I made my food order, I made a couple mistakes, which I'm amending and correcting. Number one was I had planned to order 6 pizzas. And me and Lumi looked at this order and said, "Why did you plan to order 6 pizzas?" I said, "As I think originally I was going to order 2 meats, and I changed it to 3, and then I was supposed to order a single cheese one, and then I changed that to 3, and that would have been 6 pizzas." And she said, "You don't need 6. That's insane. You're never going to eat 6 pizzas. If you do, you're going to be looking like Santa Claus. You're going to be like, or more like Santa Claus's wife. You're going to be having a very holly jolly Christmas. Thank you very much. Big, fat, rotund Christmas, and miserable and overweight and have high H1 or A1C, and you don't want that." I'm like, nah. So we kind of modified the list to keep it cheaper. So we'll see what happens with that. No, 6 pizzas for $64. Yeah. 3 pizzas for 32. If anything, that tells you just how expensive the journals have gotten us. Like, what, $11 each? $11 each. Which I guess isn't bad, but I'm not in the mood to spend that kind of money for pizza. Not 6 of them anyway. Yeah, eBay you could. Yeah, Galaxy 6. Yeah. Secondhand one. Make sure it's not locked. Because I know that Galaxy can lock your phone too. Yeah, I know. You got that issue cruddy. It doesn't really have much there today. Yeah. That's just his tear ducts. Yeah, well, we're gonna go into the game shortly. Is he way extra better? I don't. I'm not the Slayton sisters. I'm not Tammy Slayton and her sister. Which I wonder exactly how they got so rotund in the first place. Huh? How did they get so big? I know how you got so big when you got fixed. You lost your Mr. T and you got Mr. Fat instead. You used to be skinny cat. Believe it or not, he used to be. He's a Taurus cat, you know? Taurus enjoy the finer things in life. Even the kitty cats do, you know? Oh, I gotta have the best cat food and the best life, and oh yes, Mr. Kitty, we know what you're thinking. We know what you're thinking. You're Earth sign cat. I'm a Virgo, which is also Earth sign. So it's just I've heard I haven't heard the word that I make common sense food choices. Tammy and her sister don't make valid food choices, from what I see. I've heard that they're working on a weight loss program now. Took you long enough, Tammy Slayton. I watched her show a little bit. I've seen what she looks like. My God, they're huge. Okay, 700 pounders, you know, big rotund women, big women, big, extra large. That makes extra large poops. That probably clogs the toilet system. They probably have to have special toilets made just to support their large bodies. Yeah, well, whatever. I'll leave it at that. Anyway, so let me weigh lots more like she can't get food lost. Michelle hasn't been buying a lot of food at all lately. Whenever she buys food, she buys what she can carry home from the grocery store. In her one green bag on her walker, which is fine for getting a few things like milk or cereal. But if she wants to get like a lot of frozen foods and things, she has to either get a bag of green food in her green bag, or she has to go shopping with Krista, and she does that once every 2 weeks. Yeah. Originally, she said she wanted to host a party, Christmas party, and Thanksgiving party, and of course that's not going to happen. So it's just not going to happen. Still lousy. 46-second viewer engagement time? Yeah, it's shitty. Yeah, I know. It's like, what the hell? Why are we talking about only 46 seconds viewer engagement time on vertical? YouTube. This may be good for getting views, but it sucks for anyone to actually understand the content of what we're talking about, because they only see the 46 seconds. That's not going to give them enough time to even know what we're talking about. Oh, I digress. Anyway. Well, there you go. That's why Michelle didn't spend any money on frivolous stuff this month. She did pay Ally her $300 payment. Minimum payment was $42. She sent him $300, and I'm sending him $300 when they get paid again from YouTube. And then we're gonna send Capital One their $100 payment. I think I'd make it $200 this month just to be safe. Yeah. Well, anyway, so let me go reach and talk out to some people on the internet, and then we'll see if we can get the game started. And we eat so much. I buy it from Costco, but the 25-pound bag. Okay. Yeah, Turtle Wow. Well, anyway, everybody, I'm going to let you go. Sarah, I want to give you a call if you're free on Discord before I get into the game. Or maybe I could show you the game as I'm playing, if you want to see the gameplay while I'm playing Turtle Wow, because we're going to play it off camera. That way I can make sure the game is working and everything with the updates. As far as should I increase the memory on the computer to 6 gigabytes of RAM from 4, we could try. It wouldn't hurt to give it a little extra room, but Windows 11 is a piece of crap, and I really don't like Windows 11 at all. It's just crap. That's just my opinion. Don't forget you also got the integrated video graphics to deal with, and that needs room too. So you can't just dedicate the whole processor to one thing, because we have to do some of the streaming with the retail I mean, with Mac OS, and some of it has to be done with Windows ARM, and so it takes a lot longer to do it that way. But for now, everybody, this is our daily vertical stream. Like Noodles wanted me to do one every portrait one every day, or there's a portrait one. And so I'm going to say thank you for subscribing. Please do remain subscribed if you already are. And do check out the videos, the morning show replays. Click the notification, ding, 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 so you'll know when we are live in the morning on Monday through Saturday at 10 a.m. If for some reason we have a something to do, like appointment with doctors, like we will in December, then we will be playing the game, or I mean, on the morning show at 3 o'clock Eastern time, which gives you time to get your days organized too. We will do our best to tell you in advance so that you can plan ahead accordingly. And last but not the least, is we love it so much if you share the video with your friends. Let them know the channel. Let them know what we do. But to know that, check out the documentary. Tiger Kitty, could you please put a link up for the documentary for people so that Tiger Kitty has the documentary link. Oh, so does Nightbot. Yeah. Nightbot. Let's just talk about that. What happened to Botrix? I don't know. Botrix went bye-bye. I don't know why. It doesn't work anymore. I've been trying to get Botrix working, and I haven't been able to. But the Nightbot is working. So, Nightbot should be able to post a link for you guys in a second. The documentary is a wonderful way to get to know a little bit about me, about Lumi, what we do, my disabilities, and unfortunately it was created before I had my kneecap injury. I already had problems with my hips at the time and my arthritis in my knee at the time, which doesn't have any arthritis anymore. It doesn't hurt anymore because the kneecap broke. That's where the arthritis was. But I do suggest watching it and get to know who I am a bit better. I'd love to talk to you all and see you in the morning show. Our morning show, like I said, will be tomorrow morning. It's a Saturday at 10 a.m. And then tomorrow night at 7 o'clock at night, we have a night show also. So please feel free to come check out the night show. Since we're going to upload the game, if it works. But I want to talk to Sarah too. So I don't want to talk to Sarah during the game because I might confuse you and everybody else. But I might want to see if she wants to talk a little bit before the gameplay. But for now, everybody, have a good day. I will see you later. Can I increase the memory to 6 gigabytes? I could try. Will that mess up the max side of the thing? Maybe. But for now, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys.